Hey there everybody, I'm Redx Parasite and welcome back to Metroid Other M. This isn't where I usually start, but I'm here for a reason because I missed something. So this is the room where we found James. And so I forgot to do this in the last episode. If you run up these steps and then head in the door up here, it's a missile expansion that you can get up here. So figured I should go back and get this before I go into room MW, and oh, what do you know, it's a trap. How did I not see that coming? It's not like I was in a one-way room with a missile expansion in it. No way, no how, no sir. But our plasma beam is making short work of the space pirates, so there's really not much to worry about in here. They're all pretty easy to beat, although I seem to be getting hit a lot. Don't know why that's happening. But there are a lot of them. How many are you? If I feel like it, I might count these. Once I'm doing the editing, though, not right now. Because I would have already lost count by now. Well, I'm getting hit a lot. I know I keep on saying that, but that doesn't make it any less true. My goodness, how many space parts are there here? Ah, there we go. Alright, so I will meet you guys back in front of room MW. Alright, so I'm back. That actually did not take too long. I'm gonna recharge my health before I go inside, because I have this nagging feeling that there's going to be a boss inside room MW. So yeah, this is it. When I first got to this room, when playing this game, I had no idea what to do in here. I was just kind of running around, so confused, and I did not realize for the longest time that you had to go over to this and then look inside, and then there's the survivor. Hey! Yeah, you, hey, listen, hey, hello, hey, watch out!
Stay away! Stay away!
You have to calm down.
Uh-oh. That does not look good. But you know what? Since we're curious idiots, we will go in and look at it.
Wait. Metroid.
Gasp!
It can't be.
Apparently it can. But what could it be? Hey look, it's Mr. Purple Pink Vision guy, and oh my god, it's a Queen Metroid. I haven't seen one of those since Metroid 2. Samus was very close to being nommed right there. So, yeah, this is a boss. It's kind of annoying. It has two main phases, so in the first one, it will spit out Metroids at you. So it starts off with one. Now it's gonna create two. And let's see if I can. The really annoying thing is when it'll get to the third phase where it'll set out three. Oh, what? There we go. So now it'll send out three at you. But the weird thing about it is, from the first phase to the second phase, the Queen Metroid will wait before it launches the second round at you. But when it launches the third round, it does not wait to launch that at you. So if you do not take care of the first two Metroids soon enough, then you are pretty much screwed, because dealing with 4 or 5 Metroids at the same time in this game is just murder. Now the Queen, aside from launching the Metroids, I'm having really bad luck with this apparently. Okay. I just lost my train of thought there for a second. But she will sometimes do an attack where she like stomps the ground, and then that'll unfreeze all the Metroids. And wow, I used a lot of missiles, probably more than I needed to. It's pretty easy to kill the Metroids as long as you use the super missile. One super missile will kill them. Otherwise, I think it takes 3 missiles. But then after you move on. After you get past the first phase, we move on to the second phase, where the Queen will spawn a whole bunch of spikes on her head. The best thing to do, I don't know if you really can do anything else, is just use secret missiles to hit them. In this phase, she will do a couple of annoying attacks. She will try to ram you, which, for the most part, she's unsuccessful at. But definitely the more annoying of her 2 attacks is breathing fire like that, because it does a lot of damage. Like, I think it does almost, if not like an energy tank, just a lot of damage. How did I miss? Whatever, I'm not going to question it. See, there you go, it did an entire energy tank. So yeah, best stay away from that at all costs. But aside from that, just keep on hitting her with missiles until all the spikes are destroyed. But wait, she's not dead? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is bad. That is worse. This is not looking good. The Queen, all that work that we just did, blasting the spikes off her head, is now just worthless. And the battleship is going to intercept Galactic Federation orbit in less than 10 seconds now. So this is not going to be good. And oh no, somebody put on the brakes. Boom. You gotta love all this gravity in space. Well, the game would not make much sense. Like, it just would not work if there wasn't gravity. But in order to create like an artificial gravitational field, you'd need to be like moving in a circle or something. So this part of the boss fight is technically a third phase. It's really simple, but if you don't know what to do, you kind of be screwed. The first part, obviously, you have to hit it with 2 charge beams. Then when it gets up, you have to get inside its mouth using grapple beam, and you have to use a power bomb, which the game does not tell you that you can use, but you have to get in there and obviously use it. So it's really easy if you know what to do, but if you don't, then you can kind of be, okay, what the heck do I do now? I like the fact that they actually did that, though, because it's kind of an homage to one of the ways that you can defeat the Queen Metroid in Metroid 2, is you can get inside of her and lay bombs. There weren't power bombs in Metroid 2, but I think it's a cool idea, to say the least. So now we're chasing after that survivor, because we just saw her run in this direction.
Don't come any closer.
And so there she is.
Don't come any closer. Stay away from me.
She is obviously
Easy.
scared.
I won't come any closer until you say so. My name is Samus.
Samus must have
an
taken
independent
psychology or
bounty
something,
hunter. I know the situation here, and I know how you
because
must
she's really
feel.
good at just like saying
I'm
a few
here to secure
sentences,
your
and then
safety.
the people like listen to her. See, it just works. It's like magic.
May I come closer?
Samus should really talk more in some of these Metroid games. Maybe she could get more stuff done.
I'm responsible for all operations. My name is Madeline Bergman.
Wait a minute. I met another woman called herself Madeline Bergman.
Wait, what?
What's going on here?
What you met was MB.
Oh, well, she is Madeline Bergman.
She was created with the intellectual data of Mother Brain and consequently developed Mother Brain's consciousness.
She
as
runs
well.
on Google's
What?
Android software.
The Federation's foolish plan. Mother Brain's rampage. Everything that happened here was just as Madeline, or rather MB, had told me. The person who sabotaged the system to stop MB's rampage and sent out the distress call had to be the person standing before me. It had to be Madeline Bergman.
MB was the artificial intelligence originally developed to regenerate and control space pirates'
This is
special
such a
forces.
plot twist.
Because we wanted it to control these special forces through telepathy, we were forced to model its infrastructure after Mother Brain. At that time, MB didn't have a human form. Before long, we started to see the viability of creating Metroid clones. Once we did, MB started to take on her current shape.
But why?
Because we needed the first Metroid hatchling to recognize MB as its mother, she had to take on the form of a live thing. With that as our theoretical basis, we were able to create the ideal relationship with the Metroid. One that wasn't based on
So,
dominance
in order
or
for them to
control.
establish
I remember
a
the baby
relationship with the
hatching before
Metroid,
my eyes.
they had to, like,
When it
MB had to be
attacked Mother
present for the
Brain and entered
Metroid's
to
birth.
save me.
Just
That was the
like
result of kind of
Samus
ideal relationship
was
they were
present
trying to
when the
develop with MB.
baby hatched for her.
They found the
That's what they were
perfect
trying
means
to
of
do, so
control.
that they wouldn't have to control the
started creating
Metroids.
Metroids
The
in
Metroids would
Sector
just
Zero.
listen just because they think MB was their actual
At
mother.
the same time, they were conducting genetic manipulation experiments to create unfreeable Metroids. Apparently, the queen I met earlier was the first of these propagated Metroids to mature.
Why
They
would you
wanted
do
to
that?
preserve
That's
her
just
as a
stupid.
control specimen, so they had left her genes unaltered. The fact that she'd grow into queen was something not even Madeline and her team could have predicted. Only special infants had the genetic coding to become queens.
Once our MB was in a human form, she excelled. As an interface between us and them, her skills with personal interaction humanized her to a great extent.
If my theory is correct, this is going to be a groundbreaking multi-system for artificial intelligence.
Her confidence was unwavering, and her ability to learn was greater than we'd expected. But then, she developed emotions, then a nascent sense of herself. She began assuming her own thoughts, and her opinions began to contradict ours. It's quite typical for artificial intelligence to evolve as a result of self-analysis. However, there's no precedent for an AI like MB developing emotions. It's possible that her interactions with the Metroids brought
Well,
it
they certainly
about,
didn't see
but
that
we don't
coming.
know for sure.
The newly hatched infant took to her like his mother. And perhaps at that moment, MB began to develop a soul. It was all conjecture, but the idea wouldn't leave my mind.
And that was when we decided to alter her AI program.
An AI having a soul?
A human-like existence, but one without feelings. To make MB less than human, the researchers had to deny her that consciousness. I knew this, but in my heart, I felt sympathy for MB.
On the day we're going to alter MB's program, right before my eyes, I watched her being restrained. Stop! What are you doing to her?
These orders are from above. Take her away.
Andy! She reached out to me and asked
Now,
me for help.
really, they
There was
could have
nothing I
come
could
up
do.
with a much better way of altering her program than trying to forcibly force her through use of force
My
to
presence that day caused a disturbing
not do
reaction in
anything.
her.
Because you know what happens when you mess with
She was
a
fixated.
really smart artificial intelligence that happens just to have emotions.
Madeline had taken to calling MB Melissa. She took the initials MB and told the AI they stood for Melissa Bergman.
It looks great on you.
MB liked that name. It made it sound like Madeline was calling her her daughter. Once she felt abandoned by that same Madeline, MB telepathically commanded the special forces to revolt.
That's what happens when you
The
mess
facility
with
fell
an
into
AI
complete
program.
chaos and suffered widespread damage.
MB was trying to get revenge on the Federation Army. And on us. It's possible all humans have become the target of her hatred.
With the space pirates under her control, she was able to propagate the Metroids in Sector Zero, even creating a Queen Metroid. She was well armed and planning her attack on the Galactic Federation. But Adam and I crushed her plan completely. And now, who could guess where she was and what she planned next?
She's backed into a corner. And her hatred is entirely focused on you and me right now.
So we're both right here. I wonder where she is.
MB!
What do you know? Right behind us.
Wait. MB, calm down. Please listen.
Madeline, back!
I agree with Samus.
I mean, we were wrong. It's all over.
Madeline!
I was not wrong. The humans were foolish, and I was forced to put judgment on them. And yet, because of you, I failed. You must understand the weight of your crime. You must pay the price for what you've done.
Please, MB. We have to get past this.
No. You will all be judged.
It's okay now. I won't ever fail you again. I promise. I'm so sorry. Melissa. Oh, Melissa, it looks great on you. That's your name.
Don't you dare call me Melissa.
Let's go. Move.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Don't move.
So it turns out that you can't freeze her forever, which is going to be a bad thing, because now she is pissed. Who needs guns? Who needs guns when you have telepathy and the ability to control all of the life forms on the battleship? Including a new type of enemy that we have not met before. These shield bugs, or whatever they're supposed to be called, are incredibly difficult to defeat. They're probably the hardest enemy in the game to defeat. So we'll be meeting a lot of them later. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. But now there's a cool kind of look into all of the enemies. This part really isn't necessary, but it looks cool. So, bet you thought the game was going to be over. The gameplay was going to be over once we defeated the boss and came in here. Well, it's not. We have to do one little last battle. Now, the interesting thing about this battle is that I am fixed in place, so I have to be looking at the screen. And the interesting thing about this battle is it's not like you can end it. Oh, what? I totally. Okay. There we go. So the battle is not determined by how many of those things you kill, because I don't think you can actually kill them. What you have to do is you have to look at MB in the back of the room, and sometimes I can do that really quickly. That time was kind of mediocre, but you can literally end the battle after you blast the first guy, and then you can just look at her, and then it's over. Now the Federation's showing up, and they're shooting at MB. And I guess if you shoot a robot, then it dies. I don't really know how that's supposed to work, but that's what happens. So kind of roll with it. And of course, once MB is taken out, all of the shield bugs go back into their shells.
Stop! Don't move!
Melissa!
Hey, are you okay? Hey, hang down over there too. I'm getting you out of here.
Hello, Mr. General Dude.
So, Miss Aaron, I heard what happened. You performed admirably.
He seems very
Release us
stuck
to us.
up to me. Like what he says next, right here,
Madeline!
Wait.
or what he's about to say, that's just like salt in the wound.
Unfortunate what happened to Commander Malkovich. And to think that his entire unit was annihilated. Truly a tragic day.
I mean, how insensitive can you be?
Would you agree, Aaron? Sadly, with them gone, you're just an outsider. And given your
Now, where have I heard that before?
I cannot allow you contact with the witness. With your predilection for transporting illegal cargo like infant Metroids, I must ask that you restrict your...
You jerk.
Time for the lady to go home. Someone escort her.
Yes, sir. Time
Wait.
for us to go.
Who is that?
Come on, princess.
What?
Wait a minute.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Anthony Hicks, sir. Galactic Federation Platoon 7. I need to secure the safety of any survivors. Commander Malkovich's
This was a
orders and
triumph.
the purpose of this mission.
What?
Authorized by the chairman
I'm making
of
a
the Galactic
note
Federation.
here.
Of
Huge
course.
success.
What do you mean, the chairman?
Man,
Yep,
guys
he's
made
still
it.
alive.
I mean, if I hadn't stopped the engine, we might have missed each other.
Ah, so Anthony was the one who hit the brakes. One up.
something good can come out of something bad.
So yeah, this is what we didn't see
Whoa.
when we fought Ridley.
Didn't mean to wake her. Guess I ought to be quiet.
Anthony was trying to be courteous to Madeline. She was exhausted and had only just fallen asleep. She needed the rest. She had a lot of explaining to do once she got to Galactic Federation headquarters. For herself. And for Melissa.
I bet.
Still can't get my head around. What a crazy mission.
Anthony sighed as
I
he
agree,
nodded to
Anthony.
himself.
I agree.
What would have happened if we hadn't been called there? Might the furious NB have attacked the Galactic Federation and brought about its utter destruction? Melissa wasn't insane, no. One day, a consciousness simply bloomed within her. And those that caused it to bloom, the humans, called it insanity. I was the insane one. That was what Madeline muttered softly as she sank into sleep. The selfish conceits of humans drove MB to violence. It was their distorted perceptions and greed that awoke such fear in the fledgling girl's heart. Her thought was to punish the foolish and conceited. But MB could not complete her mission. As Melissa, she was defeated. With their one vulnerability overcome, the Metroids were indestructible. If some fool just following orders had taken the savage creatures to those who sought them. I can't imagine what would have happened if Adam hadn't recognized the looming danger. But the cost was far too great. Why did Adam have to pay with his life? For me, I couldn't believe he was dead. For the first time, I questioned his choice.
No objections, right, lady?
I heard Adam's voice in my head. And I knew in my heart that he had made the right decision. Just as he had so many years ago. In that moment, I swore not to grieve his death.
I actually really like the way Samus looks in this
And for the first
shot.
time, I gave him a thumbs up. Just in case he was watching over me. His amused expression looked as though he wanted to say something. His face and Adam's swirled together. That last smile as Adam drifted away.
That's kind of creepy. Anthony has this, "What did I do?" kind of look on his face, or gesture that he did. There we go with the ponytail. You wish your hair was that smooth. Alright, so this has been a really long episode. It's going to end up being about a half an hour. But do not think that this is the end. The LP is, I would say, maybe 3/4 of the way done. Maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of the way done. But we still have some stuff to do, so I'm gonna cut out the credits because I don't think you guys want to see that. And so I will see you on the flip side. Red X Parasite, signing out.